Hello. Welcome. Carrie Berkey here. Okay. I'm going to give us all a little bit of time to get settled. We had our chimneys cleaned this week, and so my whole altar area got cleaned up, and so I'm just kind of slowly bringing stuff back, but I couldn't find any of my matches. So I'm going to use this candle here. I'm going to light this little smudge. So I have this smudge stick from my friend Kimberly. Her shop is Joyful Roots. She makes her own smudges. She lives in southern Arizona and grows and then dries everything. A little smokier way. Okay, so just setting the intention of letting the smoke kind of clear any old stagnant energies out. Take some time, get settled. You might like to have a notebook. You don't technically need anything other than yourself for tonight, though. So just getting settled in. Either smudge your own area or allow this to come your way. I'm just kind of getting settled too. Lit some candles and let the smudge go. I have some crystals around. I'm going to let this go down here. I'm going to adjust this a little bit here. Hello. Okay. Let's see how I can see who's new buttons on the bottom here. I'm trying to figure out. So really just take this time to kind of transition from what you've been doing to the present moment. And quite honestly, this is going to go, we're going to start it out a little bit differently than I planned. Just ever have one of those days when it just kind of goes sideways on you? Like, I started today with like a green cleanse, getting ready. Full moon, was gonna do green juices and just green tea all day, and man, stuff just kept coming at me, and I kind of had to make a decision about 3/4 of the way through the day that I needed a real meal. I was just dealing with a lot of stuff and was starting to get cranky and everything, and just kind of allowing that. Sometimes when you're trying to combine, you know, the mystical and the mundane, you have to make sure you're taking care of yourself and not try to be, you know, so rigid about certain things. So I'm feeling good, and I hope you're feeling good. The setup I have right here, I feel like I can't see who's on, but hello, I'm glad you're here. And I'm just gonna give it another minute too, and then we're gonna get started. So I was just smudging the area. Some new people on here. I'm going to smudge you too. My friend Kimberly makes these bundles. She grows everything on her land in southern Arizona, and then like this one has rose petals in it. It smells amazing. Okay, so like smudging is nice if you're just trying to clear your space, but so much of the stuff I teach, like that's helping you, like right now, helping all of us shift from our day to this moment. So, as Louise Hay says, point of power is in the present moment. And that is really big. So no matter what kind of day you had, we're actually going to work a little bit at the beginning on kind of releasing some of that energy, even if it was great, trying to get like right here, right now. And then we're going to send some love out, and then we're going to work on ourselves a little bit. So if you have anything left to grab, I'm just asking, you might want to have a pen and paper. You might want to have a candle lit. You might want to have some crystals around, but you don't need anything. Just need yourself. Okay. Hi, Sarah. You're welcome. Okay. So, first thing I want to do, which I said was going to be a little different than what I planned, is that we're going to try to just get rid of some energy from the day. So, you're going to sit up tall, and let's just roll our shoulders a couple times. Sit, just notice how this feels. Like already I can tell a lot of tightness, a lot of tension there. This feels good. Okay, and then I want you just to bring the shoulders up, like squeeze them towards your ears, and then drop them down. Squeeze them up, drop them down. One more time. Squeeze them up, drop them down. Okay. So then I want us just to kind of come into the moment here. Close your eyes, bring your palms to touch in front of your heart. It's just kind of bringing your energy together. I want you to take a nice deep inhale here and then hold it. Count to 3 and then exhale out of your mouth. So we're gonna do that a couple more times. So I want you to inhale deeply. Then you're gonna hold the breath, just count to 3 in your head. And then exhale out of the mouth. I want you to continue at your own pace. So you're inhaling deeply. Really feel like the breath comes down, rib cage, belly. And then exhale out of the mouth after you hold for 3 seconds. Let's do a couple more. Just a good way to kind of let go of energy from your day, help you kind of relax a little bit, help you take deeper breaths, help you get into the present moment. Okay, so now I get to let your breath relax. I'm going to have you bring your palms face up, just rest them on your legs. So just for a moment, I want you to bring your awareness right around your heart. And I want you to imagine some white light there. So I just know some people who did not have a good day today, and you probably know some too. And so I just think it's important. Let's send out some love before we really start focusing on ourselves. So from this area, if you like, you can even put your hands there, or you can keep your palms up on the lap. But with your eyes closed, that white light at your heart, so just your heart, your loving energy, I just want you to imagine that white light maybe going straight out into the world, maybe out to somebody specific, maybe out to a specific community. Just take some deep breaths while you do this, just using your mind's eye. If you're not that great at visualizing, just thinking about white light from your heart, loving energy from your heart going out to a person, to a group of people, to a place, to the world. I'm just sending love, peaceful energy, healing, whatever people need. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so allow your hands to come down, and I'm out, and I just want you to shake your hands out. Okay, so when I'm doing anything, breathing exercises, meditation, we always need to move our body a little bit. So, you're sitting tall. We're just going to do a little cat-cow stretches. I want you to come forward, draw your shoulders down the back and look up. And then when you exhale, I want you to round your back, chin towards your chest. So let's go inhale forward and up, exhale back. Visitor here talking to me real quick.
Watch Netflix. No! Why? phone's
over
at
here
2. My
mixing the
phone's at
mystical and the mundane. Give me a second
Mom,
here.
my phone's at 2%.
Okay, we'll talk after.
Please, I want to watch Netflix. Pretty, please.
Why don't you go talk to your brother and figure out a plan? Okay, and I'll see you at 7:30. Thank you. Yep, figure out a plan to do. Thank you. Sorry about that. Like I said, my life is actually mostly mundane. That's why I love working so much mystical stuff into it, because it just makes it all a little bit more magical, a little bit more easy to deal with. Okay, so come to center. So moving like that gets into your chakra system. Works out just a lot of stuck areas up and down here. And then I just want to do a little side stretch. Sides of the body we tend to avoid. Just lift one arm up and go over to the side. Take a couple deep breaths. Beautiful. And then just go to the other side. And come back to center. Okay, so you don't really need that much. But if you notice when you're just kind of gripping or tense or unhappy or cranky, just even doing those two things, you usually shift a little bit and feel better. Okay, so coming back right to center, we're gonna kind of end up working towards like getting into your intuition a little bit and coming up with an intention. But just off the bat, I want you to take a moment and close your eyes and just kind of maybe, like, what do you need right now? What would you like to receive from this full moon energy tonight? So if nothing came up, don't worry, something's going to come up soon, I promise you. So just let that kind of settle. Notice what it was, notice how it makes you feel. And now we're going to kind of get into connecting with the moons. This was originally where we were going to start, but maybe it worked out because we had a little visitor come join our video. So we're going to start with lunar breath. So that's left nostril breathing. And this is associated kind of with your energy system, energy channels. It's like there's like a main channel that when you think of like the chakras, and then like two spiraling ones that go around, Ida and Pingala. And Ida is feminine, lunar energy, cooling, quieting, and that's kind of what we want to get into tonight. So I believe when I do this live that it's going to be like a mirror image. So what you're going to be doing is taking your right hand. So if it looks like my left, just know it's your right hand. You're going to sit up tall. If for any reason you're just sitting without a back and your back's starting to bother you, get comfortable. Find some place where you can have your back supported. Okay, so you're going to have your left hand just palm up, resting down. It can be down in your lap or over on your knee. And then you're going to take your right fingers and you're going to close your right nostril. And we're going to breathe here. So you're breathing only through the left nostril. So I've been doing this for a long time, so keep going at your own pace, but I know to start deepening my breath. But notice if your breath is like right up here, you want to get it deeper and then even deeper. So when you inhale, just imagine that your rib cage expands. Just get a much deeper inhale when you do that, and then feel it draw back in when you exhale. So this is left nostril breathing. If you're just tuning in, it's your right hand, even if it looks like my left, closing your right nostril. Trying to get the breath even deeper. So rib cage, see if you can even now feel like you get the belly, low belly to expand when you inhale. as you exhale, nice long exhale, feel the belly draw back in.
Simon's not doing it. No, Simon's just playing on his phone still. Go ahead and watch Netflix.
I think that might be it for visitors. So continue with your lunar breath. So sometimes when I'm doing this, you can have the focus of your eyes. I feel like you roll your eyes in and up to the third eye. You might, like now, with your eyes closed, imagine like the full moon right over your head. Breathe deeply like this, so keep breathing deeply through the left nostril. Breathe deeply like this, it kind of starts to sound like the ocean waves. And I like how that kind of brings a connection to the moon. So just listening to the breath. Keep breathing through the left nostril. I just want to tell you a little bit more about the breath. This breath is really nice to do at the end of your day when you need to wind down. And this is really nice to do when you're feeling frazzled, if you feel like you need to be a little bit more calm, or like I said, it's a cooling breath. So if you're feeling kind of warm, it'll cool you down too. Okay, we're gonna do 3 more. The end of the next inhale that you take, I want you to hold it. I want you to either count to 3 or 11, whichever you get to, whichever is easiest for you, and then you're gonna exhale. Let the right hand come down. I want you to take a nice deep inhale through both nostrils. Exhale through both nostrils. And then just pause a little bit here. Eyes closed, your breath is soft. I just want you to notice how you feel. Hopefully you feel a little more relaxed. Whether or not you feel like you are connected now with that lunar energy. So just feeling a little bit relaxed now. I kind of want you to think about the intention you set, or think about something you kind of need in your life right now, and like a word that you can associate with it. So last week I shared a word meditation on my blog. And a word like I often use, or I use examples, is like peace, strength, calm, confidence. And it's a way, like if you're feeling frazzled or overwhelmed, you can kind of be like, wait, what do I need right now? And it's a quick meditation where you don't feel like you have to quiet your mind, and you can just slow down and focus on a word. And how it really helps you is, say if you sit here and so just that breathing, you probably feel a little bit calmer. And then say you close your eyes now, and you can do this with me if you like, and you just start saying the word peace. Peace. And you were saying it in your head. You could say it out loud depending on your situation. Peace. Peace. So I tend to find to have a hard time saying that word and feeling angry, feeling riled up, feeling upset. And you can kind of notice how that could affect your day. So say you go around all day saying, you know, I hate that happened, or I hate that my house looks like this, or I hate that that's going on with that person in my life, or I hate that they did that to me. And you just kind of keep thinking, like, even if it's saying I don't like, but like I hate, and you're like getting into that. And I mean, how else are you going to end up feeling just throughout your day? And so like even other examples of that if like saying, you know, like I'm so annoyed by that, or just like, you know, kind of ranting about other people. Or another side of that is that like negative self-talk, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that, and oh, you're so stupid, or you never do anything right. And to think, I mean, obviously, if that's your kind of train of thought anyway, it's hard to bring good things into your life that way. But also, it's really hard to feel good. And when you feel good, like, it can really shift everything. And I used to not think that we kind of had the power to shift. I mean, you would think literally the power was in those things you were complaining about, that those things had to change. Even if it was you like didn't change, then you're going to be unhappy. Things are going to be like this. And you actually do have a choice. And sometimes it can be as easy as finding the word, what do you need to be saying right now, and or feeling right now, and repeating it. And if you're like really struggling and having a really hard time like getting into it, just use your imagination. How would it feel if I felt peaceful? Or how would I feel if I felt confident going into this situation right now? Sometimes, you know, you have to pretend a little bit to feel like that, and then you'll feel this nice little shift. So we're going to do a little guided meditation now. So depending on how you're watching this, if you're sitting and you like have a practice in which you can sit for a little bit and feel comfortable without back support, then go for it. Otherwise, I want you to sit where your back is supported, or you can even lie down. As long as you don't think you're going to fall asleep, you just keep listening to me talking. So you're going to get comfortable. Let me get a little chime here. So just take a little time, like get comfortable. So even if you're just sitting up, like you're sitting up, you need to move your shoulders a couple times. Maybe move your neck around. You know, do any little shifts that need to happen. Okay. So you're going to close your eyes. And let's just get into the present moment when you take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And now just let your breath relax. To bring your awareness to the crown of your head. I just want you to imagine like the full moon's right over the crown of your head, whether you're laying down or sitting up. And I just want you to imagine this full moon, like this silvery light is like this like liquid light is just pouring down over your head, and you feel the crown of your head relax. And then you feel it kind of come over your ears and your face, and the muscles in your face, everything starts to relax. Feel it go down your neck starts to relax. This beautiful like silvery liquid light is going down your shoulders, soften. Arms, wrists, fingers, everything relax. You feel it go down your back, muscles in the back start to just soften, release. The silvery liquid light going down the front of your body. You feel maybe any tension in your stomach releasing. Imagine the silver liquid light going around your hips, down your legs, over your knees, calves, shins, everything relaxing all the way down to your feet. And to help you relax even more, I'm going to do a little breath. And you're going to say 5. I'm inhaling. 5. 5, I'm exhaling. So do that with your own breath, and then you'll go 4, I'm inhaling. 4, I'm exhaling. Continue on. 3, I'm inhaling. 3, I'm exhaling. 2 more. After that last one, just let your breath relax. Notice any kind of pulsations or tingling in the body. So imagine your eyes are just closed gently, and in your mind's eye, I want you to imagine you're standing at the edge, far away from the ocean, but on a sandy beach. So I want you to first look down and notice that your feet are bare and in the sand. You wiggle your toes, notice how that feels. I want you to look up, and I want you to see a full moon in the sky. It's nighttime. It's warm, but the sand isn't hot. It feels cool underneath your toes. You look around, there's no one else on the beach. You start to walk forward towards the waves. Feeling the sand under your toes, under your feet. With each step, feeling your foot kind of sink into the sand a little bit. And then as you get closer to the waves, you hear the waves crashing up onto the shore. Get to the part of the beach where the sand is wet, and you start to feel that wet sand underneath your toes. And I want you to notice, how are you feeling tonight? You're going to walk a little bit closer to the water, and as the waves are coming up towards your feet, is your attitude to kind of go jump in the ocean, or is your feeling like just letting the waves just splash your feet a little bit? Do you feel like swimming? Do you feel like just walking a little bit? Kind of notice, and then start doing that. Diving into the ocean or taking a stroll. See if you can notice that as you're out here, you just smell the salt water and listening to the waves. You feel joyful. You love how you can just see everything. I mean, the ocean looks dark, but you see the reflection of the moon. You can see the sand. You just feel happy. So if you're walking along the beach, just notice again the sand underneath your feet. If you jumped into the ocean, notice the water all around you. How does it feel? Is it warm? Is it cool? Are you kind of floating and riding each wave? Enjoy this. and just feeling like you've just kind of enjoyed some time by the ocean with the moon. I want you to come back so that you're just standing at that part of the beach where the sand is wet, in between right where the waves are hitting and where the sand is still dry. And again, I want you to look up and see that full moon in the sky. Just feel a connection. The moon is telling you that it's okay to shine bright, that you're perfect as you are. It's okay to go through phases. I almost feel like any support you need, any guidance you need, is just coming right from that moon to you, maybe right down to the crown of your head. So I want you to notice over, off to the side, is like a long, thin piece of driftwood. And you're gonna go over and you're gonna pick up that driftwood, and that part of the sand where it's wet, you're gonna look down, and you're gonna write one word. What do you need right now? So if you feel like you need to pause a little bit and just kind of see what comes up, or just imagine yourself with that long piece of driftwood writing, maybe you take two hands depending on how big the driftwood is, and you're writing a word into the sand. For any reason you're feeling stuck and a word's not showing up, I want you just to take a moment, like look at the moon and say, stay open to the guidance that I'm ready to receive, knowing that maybe that word isn't showing up right now, maybe it'll show up later. If a word has come since, then go ahead and write it in the sand. If you already wrote the word, I just want you to begin saying the word. I want you to kind of tap into the feeling associated with the word. If for any reason the word happens to be negative, then just know that's kind of your ego sneaking in and giving you a hard time. If it was anything negative, you just imagine waves coming up, erasing the word, and you can start fresh. You can kind of use that as a little guidance of like maybe why that came up, or what's the antonym, the opposite of that word that maybe you need to embody. So just find a little spot. I want you to sit on the beach. I want you to again notice the waves, listen to the sound, coming in. Picture the moon up in the sky above you. Maybe feel a cool breeze come by. We're going to come back to that lunar breath. So it's your right fingers closing your right nostril, and you're going to breathe only through the left nostril. Nice deep breaths. If a word did show up for you, I want you to silently repeat it. I almost want you to feel like you're mentally projecting it, like out of your third eye here, that brow point between your eyebrows. Like out, like into your energy field, out into the world. Just do a couple more breaths. And allow your hand to come down start to breathe all through both nostrils. I want you to start taking deeper breaths through both nostrils. I want you to start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. If you were lying down, I want you to stretch your arms. Even if you're sitting, maybe stretch your arms. Just start to move around a little bit. If you're lying down, I want you to come up to sitting. I mean, that's up to you. If you're really comfortable, you can stay there. And so sitting up, again, just close your eyes. I want you to imagine that moon right above you. You always have a connection. Lunar energies, feminine energy. I truly use the phases of the moon just to give me a moment to have time to tend to myself. Under the full moon, it's usually a nice time to express gratitude, to do ritual, to celebrate. I've done a little bit of everything here tonight. And if you had a word come up that you want to share, I'd love it if you shared in the comments. If you did not have a word come up, I kind of want that, like you planted a seed for that. Like, I did this, I shared the meditation on Friday, and then when I did the meditation later in the day, I started saying peace, 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 and then just that turned into calm, 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 and then it turned into equanimity, and I started saying equanimity, 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 and I remember thinking, like, that is not a word I use that much, or, really at all, but it felt good. And I looked up the exact definition after, and it was about remaining calm and cool-headed, especially in difficult situations. It's exactly what I need right now. So it's not so much that the moon has the answers for you, it's you slowing down and having that connection to the universe, and you'll get what you need, you'll get what you're looking for. So enjoy your word. If you are somewhere where you can go out under the full moon, then do that tonight. Sometimes people can't see it, so that's why it's nice to visualize it. And let's see, aspirations. Ooh, I like that, Sarah. So I think it's always fun to kind of go like Google, define aspirations, and just see like the synonyms that come up, and it'll kind of help you get into that feeling. That'll be neat. So do this meditation again, and so I hope you feel a little bit more calm, a little bit more connected with yourself, and I'm really grateful for our connection, and stay in touch. I'll be doing more of these, and happy full moon. Thanks for the love.